Alright, here's the truth. Work stress is something we all know too well. Deadlines stack up, emails pour in, and sometimes it feels like there's no breathing room. And here's the real kicker. Work stress doesn't just stay at work. It seeps into evenings, weekends, and every little corner of life. But what if it didn't have to? Today's video is all about realistic, actionable ways to manage work stress, strategies that can help build better boundaries, protect mental health, and find a bit more balance. So, stick around because these tips might be just what you need to take control again. Let's get into it. Work stress. It's become so common that most people just accept it as part of their jobs. But think about it. Should feeling stressed out really be part of the everyday work experience? The reality is work stress is a huge issue today. And with the way things are going, it's not surprising. People face tight deadlines, non-stop notifications, and inboxes that seem to grow no matter how many emails get answered. It's not just the occasional challenging day, it's an everyday grind for so many. And that grind wears down even the strongest. No matter how familiar this problem may seem, hardly anyone wants to be in a situation where there's a list of tasks, and for every item crossed off, 2 more get added. It's a juggling act of multiple deadlines, endless meetings, and messages that always seem urgent. Some people need to be on call at all hours for clients or coworkers, meaning there's never really a clock-out moment. Even after hours, thoughts of work linger, replaying a conversation, worrying about unfinished tasks, or anticipating what the next day will bring. It's this constant feeling of being on, and it's mentally exhausting. The statistics are the worst. Every second employee who is stressed at work notices how the web of this stress extends to his personal life. It seeps into every part of life. By the end of the day, people aren't just tired, they're drained. They get home, but instead of relaxing or spending quality time with family or friends, their minds are still stuck on work. Work stress can impact sleep, focus, and even moods, leaving people more irritable and less patient. It becomes this cycle, and without intervention, it can lead to burnout, complete mental, emotional, and physical exhaustion. So why is this such an important topic right now and for everyone? Because work has changed. With the rise of remote work, technology, and the expectation to be always available, the line between work and personal life has almost disappeared. Many people are expected to be reachable at any hour, answer emails after hours, and handle an ever-increasing workload. In a world that's always connected, finding time to disconnect has become harder than ever, and the result? More people than ever feel overworked and overwhelmed. And even if it seems to you that one of the curses of modern living won't touch you, learning how to manage work stress isn't just about feeling better. It's about protecting health, both mental and physical, and maintaining strong relationships with family and friends. Chronic stress impacts everything, from productivity to interactions with loved ones, and that's why finding ways to handle it has become crucial. In this video, we'll break down practical, realistic strategies to manage work stress. These aren't generic tips. These are specific actions that can help create a better balance, set healthy boundaries, and actually reduce the effects of work stress. So, stick around to the end, because these tips could be the difference between just getting through the work week and actually feeling in control of it. In the circles of avid workers, such concepts as time management and prioritization often appear. Indeed, it is better to understand this in more detail. These aren't just productivity buzzwords, they're tools to help create a sense of control over the day, which can make a huge difference in managing work stress. Effective time management is about focusing on what truly matters and eliminating that feeling of overwhelm. Time management is developing rapidly, almost as a separate scientific discipline. Theories are discussed and concepts are developed in professional communities. The most accessible of them, the ABC priority method, as a simple way to organize tasks so that energy is spent on what matters most. Each morning, break tasks into 3 categories. A tasks are top priorities that must get done today. B, tasks are important but can wait if needed. C, tasks are nice-to-haves that aren't critical right now. This structure brings focus to the day, with energy directed to the most impactful items first. As productivity expert Stephen Covey said, the key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. This approach shifts focus to what truly moves the needle rather than simply tackling everything on a to-do list. Absolutely every working day involves solving many tasks of varying degrees of complexity. What if we use the described method and take 5 minutes to create an ABC list every morning? And a task might be a report due by the end of the day, while a B task could involve catching up on emails. A C task might be organizing digital files. Starting with the A tasks ensures that the highest priority work gets done, even if unexpected things pop up later. If something urgent comes up, re-evaluate priorities but stay aligned with the original plan. Many people think that multitasking is a criterion for an effective and highly paid employee. However, research shows that multitasking can reduce productivity by up to 40%, so blocking time helps reduce the need for constant task switching, preserving energy and focus. This is indicated by Cal Newport in his book Deep Work. He says, to produce at your peak level, you need to work for extended periods with full concentration on a single task free from distraction. Time blocking enables this, letting focused energy flow into one task at a time. In other words, this method dedicates specific blocks of time to specific tasks, allowing for uninterrupted focus. It minimizes the mental fatigue that comes from constant task switching, helping make the most of each hour. In real life, it can really help your daily work a lot. Say there's a project that requires deep focus, like drafting a proposal. Setting a block of time, say 9 to 11 a.m., just for writing keeps distractions out and productivity high. After a break, another block can be dedicated to emails or smaller tasks. This helps prevent mental exhaustion from bouncing between tasks all day. If it seems that there may be difficulties with concentration, you can start small by setting 2 or 3 time blocks per day. Each block should focus on a specific task type or project. This structure keeps work contained, allowing for better concentration and a feeling of progress with each completed block. The following scheme of work is an intriguing psychological technique. Think about how big tasks can feel daunting. What if breaking them into smaller steps makes them more manageable? This approach, sometimes called chunking, reduces the feeling of overwhelm and creates a steady path forward. For any large project, map out each required step, then set mini deadlines. This keeps the project moving forward without creating a last-minute scramble, while making each day's workload feel more manageable. Imagine there's a large report due. Surely, you now want to take a deep breath of doom. But instead of listing write report as one task, you can break it down, create an outline, draft each section, and revise separately. Each part becomes a mini goal, making the overall project feel more achievable and reducing stress. Mini deadlines for each chunk can also help avoid the last-minute rush, creating a steady pace of progress. Every completed step builds momentum, making it easier to tackle the next one. If there are already proven ways to make your life easier, why not use them? Effective time management and prioritization aren't just about getting more done. They're about taking control of the day. When time is managed well, stress drops because the day is organized around what matters. Remember, time management also protects energy. Knowing peak productivity hours and structuring tasks accordingly helps make each hour count. With techniques like prioritization, time blocking, and breaking down large tasks, it's possible to make the day work for you, not against you. As Laura Vanderkam, a time management expert, says, time is a choice. If you don't like how you're spending it, you can choose differently. Embracing this mindset can change how workdays feel. By making intentional choices about time and building these habits, managing work stress becomes much more achievable, and there's a greater sense of control and balance. So, after a well-organized workday, every employee looks forward to enjoying their time at home. For this, it is vital to set boundaries between work and personal life. In a world where work and personal time are constantly blending, setting boundaries helps protect both productivity and mental well-being. Establishing these boundaries can lead to a healthier balance, lower stress, and more fulfilling time outside of work. Now, let's revisit the previously mentioned concept of time management. Indeed, it is pervasive. One of the simplest yet most powerful boundaries is having a consistent start and end time for the workday. Without clear times to step away, work can easily spill over into personal hours, leaving people mentally tied to their job at all times. Psychologist Dr. Adam Grant has emphasized that without clear boundaries, our time becomes fragmented, leaving us feeling as if we're always working but never really present. This blurred work-life balance often leaves people exhausted, even when technically off the clock. Setting boundaries around start and end times counteracts this, allowing for true disconnection after the workday is over. Take a moment to observe your daily mental experience. Working from home and starting emails early in the morning continuing them into the evening. Without a clear end to the workday, it can feel like work never stops. By establishing a set work schedule with a specific log-off time and shutting down work devices afterward, it becomes easier to fully separate work from personal life. It's quite simple to give yourself a hand. Set a daily alarm as a reminder to wrap up. Create a short shutdown routine, closing out of email, turning off notifications, and tidying up your workspace to signal the day's end. This small act can mentally shift from work mode to personal time, helping the mind recharge for the next day. An essential aspect of taking a productive break is knowing how to say no to additional responsibilities when feeling overwhelmed. It may sound odd, but many people genuinely feel pressure to say yes to every request, often in an effort to show commitment. However, taking on too much can lead to feeling stretched thin and eventually burnout. This tendency of people confirms Dr. Brené Brown, a psychologist and author, emphasizes the importance of setting limits, saying, "Daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves, even when we risk disappointing others." Saying no isn't about refusing to help. It's about respecting personal limits and focusing on doing quality work within the responsibilities already at hand. For example, suppose a colleague asks for help with a project, but you're already managing multiple tasks. Instead of saying yes right away, assess your workload. If at capacity, it's okay to say, "I'd love to help, but I'm fully booked right now. Is there someone else who could assist? Or can we revisit this later?" This respects both personal boundaries and work relationships. If you want to avoid directly upsetting your colleagues with a refusal, try the yes, no, yes approach. When a request comes in, acknowledge it, express your current limitations, and offer future support or suggestions. "Yes, I'd be happy to help once my workload lightens." This approach helps set boundaries while maintaining positive workplace relationships. Today, we experience significant amounts of stress as a result of the advancing digital age. Constant emails and messages can make work feel like it never ends. Studies show that having uninterrupted personal time helps improve both productivity and job satisfaction. It's remarkable that psychologists today not only explore interpersonal relationships, but also examine the connection between individuals and their gadgets. Dr. Leslie Perlow from Harvard Business School conducted a study on predictable time off, finding that when employees had dedicated periods without work notifications, both productivity and job satisfaction increased significantly. Her research highlights that setting times to be unavailable can improve effectiveness during work hours and allow true rest afterward. It's a situation many people can relate to. You winding down for the night, only to receive a work email notification. Even if it's not urgent, that notification brings you right back into work mode, creating stress about what's next. To avoid this, set boundaries on when to check email and silence notifications after a specific hour. The solution exists, and it's quite simple. Designate times during the day to check email and then silence notifications outside work hours. An auto-response message for after-hours emails can help set expectations with colleagues, like, "Thank you for your message. I will respond during business hours tomorrow." This helps protect personal time without causing confusion. The bottom line is about a twofold advantage, as setting boundaries is ultimately about valuing both productivity and well-being. When there's no distinction between work and personal time, stress can increase, affecting both areas. Boundaries aren't just for creating time to unwind. They support a balanced work-life approach that allows for both productivity and rest. Boundaries also help prevent burnout. When work hours, responsibilities, and after-hours communication are well managed, it's easier to end each day feeling accomplished and ready to relax. Taking charge of these boundaries allows for a healthier relationship with work, one that respects mental well-being and personal life alongside professional responsibilities. As Dr. Brené Brown emphasizes, when we fail to set boundaries and hold people accountable, we feel used and mistreated. Boundaries aren't about cutting people off. They're about creating clear lines to protect time, energy, and focus. By establishing these limits, it becomes easier to recharge, feel refreshed, and maintain productivity without feeling constantly overwhelmed by work demands. That's quite all right. It's essential to learn how to assert yourself. Boundaries aren't about working less. They're about working smarter and living better. Building these habits can take time, but once in place, they make it easier to balance work, reduce stress, and enjoy a fuller personal life. Now, let's set aside the complex ideas about time management and psychology And simply remember that we are all human. One powerful yet frequently overlooked strategy for managing work stress is to take regular breaks and incorporate physical movement into the workday. While it might sound simple, stepping away from work is key to recharging, reducing tension, and boosting productivity. Let's dive into why breaks and movement matter and how they can make a difference in your day. Our brains are built to focus for short bursts, not for hours without a break. After about 25-30 minutes, performance starts to drop. That's where the help will come in the Pomodoro technique, which works with this natural rhythm by structuring work into 25-minute focus periods, followed by 5-minute breaks. After 4 cycles, there's a longer break of 15-30 minutes. These breaks aren't just about pausing, they're about resetting, allowing the brain to refocus. The Pomodoro technique can help keep focus sharp over long stretches of work. Research in cognition shows that even brief diversions can improve concentration. Just a few minutes away helps clear the mind and refresh focus. Think of working on a long project. Trying to push through without breaks may seem productive, but it usually causes focus to drop. Using the Pomodoro technique provides structured breaks to reset, which ultimately keeps productivity higher. And it's not just a theoretical notion put forth by someone. In The Social Network, Mark Zuckerberg is shown coding non-stop, locked in the zone. While Hollywood makes this look impressive, in real life, even the most focused people benefit from brief breaks. Taking a few minutes away can prevent burnout and keep mental energy steady. Taking a break from work can become even more enjoyable. Step away from your work routine and indulge in a hearty lunch. It is a common mistake to think that lunch is a quick task at the desk, often paired with emails or meetings. But treating lunch as an actual break is essential for mental clarity and recharging. Physically stepping away from the workspace, even just for 20 minutes, helps refresh the mind and body for the rest of the day. Skipping or rushing lunch has its downsides. Studies show that eating while working doesn't give the mental refresh needed to keep up the same energy level for the rest of the day. When the brain doesn't disconnect from tasks, focus and productivity decline. It's easy to see the contrast between eating quickly at your desk and taking 20 minutes in a different space, like outside or in a cafeteria. A change of scene can reset your mind, making it easier to return to work re-energized and more productive. Some workplaces actively encourage lunch breaks away from desks because they recognize that a real break leads to better well-being and effectiveness in the afternoon. A truly innovative approach in some companies is addressing issues by creating relaxing communal areas for employees, allowing them to genuinely disconnect during lunch. This break isn't just about food. It's about well-being and a mental reset. Along with enjoying delicious food, taking a walk down the hall and doing eye exercises are also effective strategies in reducing stress. Physical movement, even in small doses, can have a big impact on well-being and performance. Sitting at a desk all day leads to stiffness and muscle tension, especially in the neck, shoulders, and back. Physical activities like short walks or stretches help reduce this tension, improve blood flow, and re-energize the body and mind. Regarding this issue, one can refer to research from the Journal of Occupational Health Psychology, which found that even brief physical activities throughout the day can reduce fatigue and boost well-being. Movement breaks relieve the physical strain of extended sitting and screen time, and they provide a quick energy boost. You've probably been working on a report for hours without interruption. After a while, focus and comfort start to fade. But after a quick stretch or a 5-minute walk, energy and alertness can return. These short activities break up the monotony, relieve physical tension, and clear the mind. Even in Legally Blonde, there's a memorable scene where Elle Woods, stuck on a problem, goes out for a jog and has a breakthrough. While it's a bit dramatic, studies confirm that movement can improve mental clarity and even spark new ideas. For those spending long hours at desks, a simple walk or stretch can reduce stress, lift mood, and refresh focus. You're fooling yourself if you don't believe that. Taking intentional time to step away, eat without distractions, and move around isn't a waste. It's an investment in long-term focus, energy, and health. Studies show that people who work in short bursts separated by breaks are generally more effective and experience less stress. Building these habits supports a healthier, more balanced approach to work that keeps burnout at bay. Incorporating breaks and movement into the workday isn't just about resting. It's about creating a balanced work routine where both mind and body can stay refreshed and focused. The pressure to push through is common in today's culture, but research shows that productivity and well-being are both higher with regular, structured breaks and short moments of physical activity. Regular breaks and movement should become a corporate culture that will help the entire team maintain a productive, balanced work environment. By prioritizing these habits, it's possible to boost both productivity and well-being, creating a sustainable work routine that enhances focus and reduces stress. There is another aspect that really helps to combat stress, yet people often tend to underestimate it for some reason. If all employees could incorporate mindfulness and relaxation techniques into their routine, these strategies can bring calm, focus, and balance to a hectic workday. Mindfulness isn't just about taking breaks. It's about creating intentional moments to reset the mind and manage stress more effectively. One of the initial signs of stress in the body is changes in breathing. Stress often leads to shallow, quick breaths, signaling the body to stay on high alert. Deep breathing, however, slows the heart rate and sends a calming message to the brain. Therefore, one of the simplest yet most effective mindfulness techniques is deep breathing. Or vice versa, you could try a quick breathing exercise called the 4-7-8 technique. Inhale through the nose for 4 counts, hold for 7, and exhale slowly for 8. This breathing method can be done at your desk and provides a quick way to reduce tension and bring focus back to the present. Even in the face of an unexpected deadline or task, instead of allowing anxiety to accumulate, take a minute for deep breathing. Closing your eyes and focusing on each breath helps release stress, grounding you so you can tackle the task with a clearer mind. Here's a good fictional example, though not entirely made up. In the movie Eat, Pray, Love, Elizabeth learns to meditate and breathe deeply, finding a calmness that lets her refocus on life. Even brief breathing exercises at work can offer similar peace and mental clarity. For those who struggle to concentrate on their own, there's a helpful life hack: using apps and resources for short meditation or relaxation breaks. Structured guidance can be found in apps like Headspace and Calm that offer short, guided meditations that can fit into work breaks. These sessions are designed to help ease stress, with options for everything from quick anxiety relief to deeper relaxation. Stand up and give it a try. Studies show that regular meditation, even in short bursts, builds resilience to stress. Guided meditations lead the mind away from work worries, letting it genuinely rest and recharge during breaks. This structured time away can have a big impact on mental focus and overall calm. On one of the work days, it's easy to encounter anxiety about an upcoming presentation. Using a meditation app for 5 minutes on calming anxiety can ease those feelings. A short guided session helps reset focus, bringing a renewed calm and sense of control. And there's nothing wrong with that. Many people find that a few minutes with these apps in the morning or during a midday reset can be transformative. Currently, there are also popular forms of meditation, such as incorporating visualization or body scan techniques. Visualization involves picturing a calming place, such as a beach or forest, to reduce stress by mentally escaping to a place of calm. A body scan, on the other hand, focuses attention on each part of the body to release tension and improve awareness of physical stress points. It's actually easy. Close your eyes and visualize a peaceful setting. Imagine the sounds and colors can help bring down stress levels quickly. Similarly, doing a quick body scan from head to toe helps release physical tension, especially from areas like the neck and shoulders. These techniques don't take much time, but can bring renewed energy and clarity to the workday. And you'll feel invigorated. If none of your colleagues are using such techniques yet, take the movie Legally Blonde as an example. It illustrates the power of movement and mindfulness when Elle Woods steps away to clear her mind, finding insight during a jog. Just as Elle finds clarity, a body scan or visualization break can bring relaxation and renewed focus, allowing you to return to tasks with fresh perspective. Honestly, in a world where we're often expected to be constantly on, mindfulness provides a reset that protects against burnout. Mindfulness and relaxation techniques aren't just about stepping away. They're about building resilience, focus, and balance in the workday. Incorporating these small practices into your day can lower stress, enhance mental clarity, and create a healthier, more sustainable approach to work. By adopting techniques like deep breathing, using guided apps, and practicing visualization, you're giving both mind and body the tools to handle stress effectively. These techniques foster a balanced work routine that supports long-term well-being, helping transform work stress into calm focus. Just give it a try. You have nothing to lose and so much to gain. Subtopic: building a support system and positive workplace relationships. Suppose you already know how to handle stress on your own and want to incorporate the techniques you've learned into your daily work life. But how can you do this without the support of management and colleagues? Therefore, an important point is building a support system and creating positive workplace relationships. Having supportive people around you can make a huge difference, whether you're handling tough projects, dealing with a challenging day, or looking to grow professionally. Here's how a strong support network at work can improve well-being and career satisfaction. One of the most valuable ways to build a support system is by finding mentors or colleagues who can offer guidance and encouragement. Mentors bring experience and perspective that can help make overwhelming situations feel more manageable. A supportive colleague can be a go-to for quick advice or an encouraging word, someone who understands the demands of your role and can offer valuable insights. Keep in mind the concept of mentorship, which is common in industries like tech and finance, where seasoned professionals guide newer employees. In high-pressure situations, mentors help ments navigate challenges with a sense of security, helping to build confidence and reduce stress. This topic was studied in depth by the philosopher Aristotle, who repeatedly stated, "Man is by nature a social animal." Positive relationships at work not only make the job more enjoyable, but also fulfill a fundamental need for connection. By building a network of mentors and supportive peers, you're creating a collaborative, growth-oriented work environment. No one can do everything alone, and trying to handle every responsibility alone can quickly lead to burnout. Understanding when to request support or delegate tasks is vital for creating a solid support system. Recognizing when you need help and asking for it makes work more manageable and allows you to focus on what you do best. For instance, if you're managing multiple projects and a deadline is near, asking a team member to take on some tasks can make a big difference. Delegating smaller responsibilities lets you concentrate on high-priority items while ensuring that everything moves forward. Many people hesitate to ask for help, worrying it might make them seem less capable. In reality, reaching out for support shows a keen awareness of your limits, demonstrating that you're focused on quality without compromising your well-being. This is exactly how a highly skilled manager would act. While leading an important project with many tasks, they realize that managing every detail alone is impossible, so they approach a colleague with specific expertise to help share the workload. By delegating, the manager effectively avoids burnout, and the project gains from the added skills and insights. From a psychological standpoint, having an emotional support network is crucial for handling work stress, as it gives you a place to talk openly about challenges. This network can include colleagues who understand your specific job pressures or friends outside of work who bring fresh perspectives. A supportive network helps you feel understood and seen, which is essential for emotional well-being. Sharing challenges with trusted people lightens the mental load and keeps things in perspective. For instance, after a tough day, venting to a close friend or colleague can release stress instead of letting it build up. This social connection fosters resilience, allowing you to return to work with a balanced mindset. Few would dispute a person's natural desire for communication. It often happens that a remote worker feels isolated. They decide to join a professional group where members share advice and encouragement. This external network gives them a sense of belonging and reminds them they're not alone. Being part of such a group reduces isolation and provides practical solutions to job-related issues. Having a support system at work is about more than getting tasks done. It's about creating a healthy environment that supports both personal well-being and professional growth. Positive relationships build trust and make tackling challenges easier. Knowing there are people to rely on can reduce stress, improve job satisfaction, and boost productivity. Workplace relationships also foster a culture where it's okay to ask for help, share ideas, and learn from each other. This environment of collaboration makes it easier to handle stress, adapt to changes, and reach goals. When people feel connected and supported, they're often more motivated and fulfilled in their roles. There are other benefits as well. Support networks outside of work add another layer of perspective. These external connections reduce feelings of isolation, provide new insights, and offer practical advice. Together, both internal and external support systems help build a balanced and resilient approach to work. One who is certainly never mistaken is Aristotle, who suggested that humans thrive in community. Building a support system isn't just a nice-to-have, it's critical for a successful career. By investing in relationships and learning when to ask for help, you're creating a work environment that fosters growth, reduces stress, and makes handling challenges much easier. Don't forget that you don't have to face everything on your own. A support system, whether it's mentors, colleagues, friends, or professional groups, provides the resilience, encouragement, and guidance needed to thrive. Cultivate those connections, and you'll find a foundation to manage the workday's demands. One could talk extensively about the importance of eliminating stress from your work routine, as well as the various methods for combating that stress. However, it's possible to highlight key practical tips that you can start implementing today to effectively manage stress and regain control over your day. First up, setting boundaries. One of the simplest and most effective ways to protect your personal time is to create a clear start and end to the workday. When work hours are all over the place, it's easy for work to spill over into every part of life. Set an end time for your workday, and when it's time, shut down those notifications and step away. Psychologists have found that having this structure makes it easier to disconnect mentally, which helps prevent burnout. Another big one is learning to say no to additional tasks when your plate is already full. It can be challenging, especially in high-demand roles, but prioritizing quality over quantity shows strong decision-making. Try using the yes-no-yes approach. Acknowledge the request positively, explain your current limitations, and offer support for future tasks. Yes, let's check in next week when I have more availability. This method keeps things professional and demonstrates respect for your own limits. Next is time management through the ABC priority method. This is a quick way to prioritize each day's workload. List your tasks under 3 categories. A, tasks are critical and need to be completed today. B, tasks are important but not urgent. And C, tasks can wait if needed. Starting with your tasks helps ensure that the most impactful work is completed first. This structure can make the day feel more focused and less overwhelming. Time blocking is another powerful tool. Set specific times during the day to work on particular tasks, and try to keep these blocks free of distractions. For example, reserve an hour in the morning to tackle high-focus projects, followed by a quick break, and then a dedicated time block to check emails. This way, each task has a set time, making it easier to manage work without feeling pulled in too many directions. Research shows that time blocking can improve productivity by reducing the mental strain that comes from task switching. And finally, incorporate physical breaks and use quick mindfulness techniques like deep breathing or visualization. A short walk, a quick body stretch, or 5 minutes of deep breathing can reduce tension, improve focus, and help you recharge. Apps like Headspace and Calm offer guided mindfulness breaks, and these sessions only take a few minutes but can bring significant mental clarity. Stress isn't about the events that occur, it's about our reactions to those events. Managing stress isn't about overhauling your entire life. It's about adding small, effective changes that give you back control over your workday. With these solutions, setting boundaries, saying no when necessary, prioritizing effectively, time blocking, and taking intentional breaks, you'll have a toolkit for handling stress without it controlling you. Thanks for sticking around. Remember, work stress is something we all experience, but with the right strategies, it doesn't have to take over your life. By setting boundaries, prioritizing tasks, and giving yourself space to recharge, you're setting up for a healthier, more balanced work life. So, take these tips, try them out, and see what works best for you. If you found these solutions helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who could use a little help managing their work stress. Until next time, take care of yourself and stay balanced.